Did you know that you can dye fabric pink using avocado? This kind of project was so up my alley for a variety of reasons. I really love nothing more than making something from nothing, and this is perfect. Not only did I get the nourishment from the avocado, but the other parts, the skin and the stone that I otherwise would have thrown away, became an art project. And the results are this kind of really lovely dusky pink colour that I actually really like. So if you want to do this too, you'll obviously need some kind of white fabric or nearly white fabric. It's great if you've got like a white garment that maybe doesn't look quite as crisp as it used to. So I did this for one of John's shirts because he had a white shirt that had like a stain on the front. We dyed it with the avocado and you can't tell. This only works on natural fibers, so you need cotton or hemp or linen. You'll need some kind of cheesecloth. This is actually a fabric that I use to strain the avocado dye, and this is simply from passing the dye through it. And it's taken on quite a lot of the colour, and I've washed this since. You'll need soy milk, and soy milk in this instance acts as a mordant, which is where basically it puts proteins into the fabric for the avocado dye to stick to, making your dye much more saturated and long lasting. I made my own. You don't have to. I just happen to have soybeans lying around, and you can definitely just buy a litre or two from the supermarket. It doesn't have to be anything special, and it's okay to dilute the mixture as long as the fabric can stay submerged for at least overnight. I think I ended up doing mine for like 24 hours, but I'm just a busy mum and I had lots of other things to do. And then yeah, you just need your avocados. So you can use the skins or the stones. I've used both separately and together, and I find that they all make a lovely colour of dye. I've probably used about 3 avocados worth, maybe 2. The first time that I did this, I used just the avocado stones, and I used about 6 of them because I had loads and they produced a lovely dye. And then I had so many stones because I live with a chef who had been saving them for me. I actually kept lots of the stones. So when I came to use them, they were about 6 to 8 months old. They were dry and they did not produce a very good dye. So I think the fresher the better. If you're going to do this, plan to do it sooner rather than later. You can also make the dye and then you can freeze it. Let's get started. So simply start by adding your avocado skins and stones to a large saucepan and fill it with water. You're going to bring that to a simmer and let it do that for about 20 to 30 minutes. That's about how long it took for me to get this really lovely colour. Once they are ready, you can then strain them through a sieve and the cheesecloth just to catch any bits of flesh that you might have missed from cleaning the stones and the skins. And you should be left with this really gorgeous deep reddish brown liquid, and that's your dye. When you're ready to dye your fabric, heat the liquid up again to a simmer and then knock the heat down before adding your fabric to the dye. And you'll want to make sure that there's plenty of water and movement available for the fabric. I probably should have used a bigger saucepan, but this still worked. You need to simmer this mixture again for about 30 minutes. And then once it's done, you can put the lid on and let it cool completely. I think it would be possible to make a really nice ombre piece of fabric using this dye. I'll have to experiment. So yeah, just let it do its thing for about half an hour. Once it's cool, you can hang it out on the line to dry. We didn't actually bother rinsing. This is John's shirt that I talked about earlier. We just left it on the line until it was completely dry. It looks quite dark here, but it will dry lighter than that. So there you have it, dye your clothes pink with avocados. There are lots of other botanical dyes that I'm really interested in making. Black bean, nettle, maybe even turmeric. And if I do any more, I'll definitely be posting them. I really enjoyed this process. I love the end result. And it was so easy to do. And something from nothing, my favourite.